Thank you, Connor. That liturgical procession, which Connor led for the first time, has a very technical term. It's called a pretzel for barbarians, for obvious reasons. Carol, like some of you, may have some Native American in her blood. Or maybe it's just that she has that gift of attenuation with nature, that ability to understand and hear nature. Last weekend, we had plans for spring house cleaning. Inside our house, down here at the church. You get credit if you discover what we cleaned out and so forth. And in the yard. Now, Monday was to be a day of digging out, not digging dirt, but digging through the piles of paper that have accumulated on my desk at home. Carol said, you know, it's going to rain later in the week. See, there's that connection with nature. Maybe that's the way she operates. Maybe we should start in the yard first. For lots of reasons, I took her advice. We keep our garden stuff in, well, what might be called a small barn, or it might be called a storage bin. We call it the potting shed. It's off to the side of our front yard. And on Sunday, last Sunday, I had spread some fertilizer and watered it in. So on Monday, I was going to overseed the lawn with fescue. Now, in the potting shed, there was a 50-pound sack of 5-star drought-resistant fescue. As I approached that big bag, mortality crossed my mind. I wonder how many more years these old bones would be able to lift that humongous bag and pour it into the spreader. Then I heard a voice. "Hey, Matt, what are you about to do?" I was startled. I looked around. I hadn't noticed any people. Was this a transient? When I was a youngster, we called a hobo, someone looking for a handout. Was it one of the ubiquitous yard services who for a slight fee would be glad to clear cut my front lawn? Was it a nosy neighbor afraid of the collateral damage that I might do during my yard work? Whose voice was this? Heading back to the bag of seeds, I heard it again. "Hey, Matt, give me a break." Now, I knew now that there was no one around, so I started to inspect that potting shed more carefully. And there on a shelf near the bag, on a wooden shelf near the open bag of this fescue seed, was a tiny little seed that seemed to be blowing around. It was gyrating. It was getting bigger and bigger, and it said again, "What are you about to do? Just think about what you're about to do." Well, when you are stunned, as I was, by encountering a talking seed, when you're stunned, you resort to the obvious. I told the seed, I can't believe I'm saying this, "I'm going to spread you and all the other seeds across the lawn." There, I said it, and I'm sticking to it. "So," the seed says, "they're going to murder me." I couldn't believe my ears. This stupid little seed had just called me a murderer. The seed went on. "You're going to spread me and my fellow brothers and sister seeds across this lawn, and you're going to water us into the ground, and we'll sink into that earth. It'll be our grave forever." I was stunned again, but not for long. You see, I knew something that this seed didn't know. Now, at the risk of inciting the eco-theologians who may Google this sermon and protest against my insensitivity toward seed life, let me suggest that there are some differences between human beings and seeds. That there are differences between human mentality and souls and seed mentality and souls, assuming that seeds have brains and souls. This little guy did. Let me posit one difference. Human beings can see beyond the immediate and the obvious. It's true that I was about to send that seed and its fellows into a dark, seeming death below the ground. Existence for that seed would be all over. What that seed doesn't know that over the next several weeks, I'm going to get up before dawn and go out and water it and its fellows. And that after 10 to 12 days, that seed and its brother and sister seeds will emerge above the soil to enjoy seasons of life for a long time to come, I hope. What that seed doesn't know is there's life after death. Jesus said, and he wasn't lecturing in an agronomy class at OSU, very truly, I tell you, unless a grain of seed falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single seed. But if it does, it bears much fruit. Those who love their life lose it. And those who hate their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, there will my servant be also. Whoever serves me, the Father will honor. Good farming, brothers and sisters, or maybe I should say, good gardening. In 12 days, you and I will also emerge from darkness. We'll emerge from the darkness of Lent into the bright, bright light of Easter morning, that day of our annual remembrance of the eternal seasons of life that Jesus promised us, when he too emerged from the darkness of the grave into new life.